Yo, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, man. And today we'll be reacting to horror games I could easily survive part 3, video by Derek FDB. I know I didn't react to part 1 and I skipped part 2, but listen, I'll get to it, bro, at some point in time, probably when I get back. Okay, horror games I could easily survive. Right off rip, I'm thinking, I already told y'all I'm not surviving Outlast, bro, so I'm not even gonna try to play in y'all face like that. Let's see. Last of Us, I'm cooked. Oh gosh. What's that one? Until Dawn? Nah, not even gonna try, bro. You can't kill them zombies. Yeah, y'all thought I cursed, huh? Yeah, nah, I'm not surviving Until Dawn. Dang near any indie horror game, more than likely I'm dying. I don't know. I don't think there's a lot of horror games I'm surviving, bro. Unless I really sit, think, and strategize, then maybe I'll survive. But like right off the top of my head, games I think I'm surviving, nah, I'm dead in dang near most of them, bro. If not all of them. Like, yeah, I'm pretty athletic and I can run for my life, but you know what I mean? Most of what I'm running from probably has more stamina than I do, bro. So that's gonna be enough of my yapping. Let's just get straight into the video, bro.
You know, I've said this,
Talk to me, Derek.
You know, I've said this before. When it comes to scary entertainment, horror games got it. But what if we took it a step further? What if instead
Oh yeah, and Resident Evil. I already said that too. I'm not surviving RE, bro.
he ain't lying. Instead of playing these games and controlling the characters, we went for that full immersive experience and we're in the games. Would we survive? Well, that's exactly what we're doing today. Today, ladies and gentlemen, once again, we gonna be going over some horror games I could easily survive.
We must stay focused, brothers. We must.
And I don't got no time to spare. Y'all know what we do. Strategy, game plan, thought process, and of course, some of the ones that I can't.
I'm surviving the Fears to Fathom series, bro. If y'all don't know Fears to Fathom, bro, I'll probably play it on my other channel, bro. You know what I mean? If y'all don't know Fears to Fathom, we're gonna get into the Fears to Fathom series, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. At some point in time, probably at the end of the year, when once everything that I have to do next month in the beginning of the month cools down. Yeah.
A lot of y'all may know that I've gone over this series before, but in case you don't know it, Fears to Fathom is like any other horror game series, except these games are based on true stories. And not like The Conjuring based on a true story where they exaggerate everything, like a pencil will fall and they'll be like, "It was a demon!" Nah, I'm talking real stories with real events submitted by real people.
And that's exactly why I'm surviving, because whoever's telling the story obviously survived. So if they can survive, why can't I? You feel me?
And that makes these games automatically way scarier than other games. Last time I went over one of these, I did Carson House, which is about, spoiler alert, about your pet ex breaking into your crib and trying to kill you. I know, relatable. So this time I decided I'll go over the latest installment of the series, Fears to Fathom, episode 5, Woodbury Getaway. In this one, we play as this girl who's planning a cabin trip with her buddies, and since it takes place in 2007 and Airbnb didn't exist yet, they rent this cheap spot through a website like back in the good old days. But on the way up there, stuff gets a little weird. First off, one of the two friends that was coming on the trip with you starts running late. So you're stuck alone with your other friend, which you may be like, "Oh, how was that bad?" The other friend is a dude, which wouldn't be a problem if he wasn't a dude who clearly likes you. Yeah, and he's not so discreet about it either. He's one of those, "Where my hug at?" dude. Type of dude to smell the top of your head when he hugs you and stuff. So, you know, that's already bad. Then the area the cabin is in, the locals are just weird. And I'm not even saying that because they're all chopped. Like, you know, they're nice, but weirdly nice. Like, you know what I'm talking about? That ever happened to y'all? You go to another state or city and everyone there just seems off. That junk is scary.
Yeah, bro. Like, I find it I get very creeped out. And I don't get scared, but I get very creeped out whenever I walk into somewhere and everybody in the place is smiling at me, bro. Especially, look, I have no problems with any demographic of people, but especially if they're white people, bro. I'm just saying, if I walk into anywhere and it's just packed full with white people and they all look at me and start smiling, I get a little freaked out. I get a little defensive. I'm not gonna lie. I make sure that at least one of my hands is in my pocket, gripping on something, bro. I'm not gonna say what, cause y'all not finna catch me lacking like that. But just know I'm holding something, and it ain't my dick, bro. What the fuck? Boy, listen. This is why these goddamn videos be so damn long.
Remember one time I was in Pennsylvania visiting a friend and we stopped at the mall and it was the weirdest thing. I'm in the mall, right? And these dudes walking past me are like smiling at me and greeting me and stuff like, ugh. I thought I was in the mall, not Chick-fil-A, bro. Keep it pushing.
See what I'm talking about?
It couldn't get any weirder for our main character. When they arrive at the cabin, they find the owner of the crib just chilling there. Yeah, like, man, you're...
No, don't even try to play me like that. Y'all did not see that, bro.
Airbnb host is just kicked up at the spot you rented talking about some, oh, my bad, I was just fixing the sink. Like, are we serious? This is what 99 a night gets us? Or at least that's who they thought was the owner of the crib. Because after our friend leaves to go get our other friend who was running late, we're left alone with this host. And after we receive a message from the host while he's right in front of us, we realize this guy is not the host. Yup, Woodbury Getaway is about a stranger infiltrating your cabin without you even realizing it. Which is kind of like the last one we did, but he was already in there, so it's different. But yeah, that's what we're dealing with this time. And I'm gonna be honest, this is just too easy. You telling me my opposition in this one is an old man who, let's be honest, is homeless. He's illegally staying in someone else's crib. He's homeless. And what? Has a hammer for a weapon? Oh, please. At least the one from the last game was a meth head, so she had like, you know, some extra durability. But this dude is a regular. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say
look. I'm cooking this nigga with the shit on my desk, bro. On my desk currently, right now, there's this mic, my keyboard. Hold on. There you go, my keyboard. 2 bottles of water. Vaselines for my dry ass lips. My headphones. This alone, I'm busting on top of his head, bro. And that's not even one of my main weapons, right? I have a pair of scissors right here. Don't ask why. Mind your business. And then I have this. Oh, I'm probably going to have to blur that. But yeah, come on now. I'm cooking this nigga, bro, with shit I just have laying around on my desk. Much less when I'm going out of my way to go somewhere that I've never been. And this is the thing with me, bro. When I travel to new places, I always make sure I am in some way, shape, or form armed. You will never catch me slipping, bro. I don't care where I'm going, how nice the people are supposed to be, how safe I live in a white neighborhood and I still won't go out my goddamn door without something on me, bro. Are you out of your mind? And there's nothing but a bunch of families with their kids living in my neighborhood and I still will not walk out of my door without something on me, bro. You are out of your mind if you think I'm going on any sort of getaway without something to protect myself, bro. What are we talking about? So bro is dead just off the rip. Easy survival, next game. You feel me?
boy, if you don't...
That was too easy.
Yourself the time and the energy and do what the girl should have done when she found out this guy was a phony. If I was in this, the second I get a text message from the actual host while this phony host is right in front of me, I'ma simply be like, excuse me, let me go to the bathroom real quick. And I'm texting my weirdo friend to come back immediately.
I'm busting this nigga on the top of the back of his head, bro. Give him straight concussions, bro. Just straight freaking hands, Daddy, bro. He's an old man. I'm whooping his ass.
Immediately. He gonna come rushing back because, you know, he like me or whatever. And at the same time, I'll tell the actual host to call the cops just like in the game. And after that, it'll be happily ever after. I'll be Gucci Kabuchi. Energy saved, time saved, and I didn't even break a nail.
I didn't even break a nail. This thing is stupid, bro.
I know I had to. I had to bring it back. Once again, we got Resident Evil.
Not surviving. I'm not surviving it. I'm sorry. I don't have either of their durabilities or training with, well, never mind. I have the training with the weaponry, but I'm not, One hit from Mr. X and my entire body's just imploding on itself, bro. I'm not fighting that nigga.
But this time, talking about? Resident Evil 8. If you don't know this one takes...
Even worse, especially if I don't have the friggin' buffs that Ethan has, bro. Even worse. What? Bro, come on, bro. If y'all want me to play this game, I will play this game too, bro. Not all of them, But I played a lot of the Resident Evil games, bro, except for this one. At least not in great lengths, anyway. I think I got maybe to like the first arc. I didn't even fight the first boss, main boss. But yeah, I will play Resident Evil on the channel, bro.
Place a few years after Resident Evil 7, where after saving our girl, we finally settled down and had a baby.
Tight.
Oh my goodness, can I get an applause? Can I get an applause? But although things started off good, we know something gotta go down. And
Always.
this one
It's
might have
Resident
one of the
Evil.
craziest intros to a game I've ever seen. Because within the first 2 seconds of this one, my wife,
Hold
the
on,
mother of
don't
my
show that, bro.
child, the woman I hold so dear and cherish so much, gets gunned down immediately. And me and my baby both get kidnapped.
Crazy.
Yup, and just like the last game, I'm tasked with rescuing my baby. But instead of it being from a Louisiana home, it is a whole castle. Yeah, just keep the baby, bro. At this point, I'ma just do a full reset. Do you know what I went through in Resident Evil 7 to get my girl back? Just to see her get mowed down right in front of me? Yeah,
Crazy.
just keep it, bro. I already dealt with them hillbillies. You think I'm gonna go and rescue someone from a castle now? What you think I look like, Mario?
Shrek.
I don't
No,
even
nigga,
know that.
You definitely look like Shrek, my nigga. I promise you, that was fucked up. My bad. My bad, Derek. We cool, bro. We cool, bro. We cool, bro. We cool, bro.
Baby that well for me to go face off against a freaking fish monster, a doll maker, yeah, I know how I feel about dolls, a lady who's practically a vampire, which I don't mind this one that much,
We must stay focused, brothers.
and no joke, a dude who can manipulate metal. Yeah, they got me facing off against freaking Magneto, and that ain't even including the little minions running around and the final boss. Keep
Yeah,
the baby,
fuck
bro.
all
I'm
of that.
surviving this one. I'll move to Jamaica and just start over.
Alright, bro. Alright, I'm gonna let
Now
him have
this
that.
game is probably the most different one out of all of them. Yeah, it's a survival game like the rest where you're being chased by a killer. But the thing about this game is these dudes got everybody and they mama on the roster. Yeah, I'm talking Chucky, Michael Myers, Ghostface, Leatherface, Pinhead, Pyramid Head, Jigsaw, the Ring Girl, Freddy Krueger, a Xenomorph, and a Demogorgon. Like, are we serious? A Demogorgon? Y'all already had a Xenomorph. And to make things worse, this is already on top of their very own roster of killers. This is ridiculous. Like, how am I supposed to hang? I know my strategies be elite, but if these dudes jump me, I won't even have time to think. But luckily for me, the game isn't played like that. In the game, yeah, there's hella killers, but you face them one at a time. So with this knowledge, now do I stand a chance?
No.
No. Because even if you do manage to outrun these dudes, the only way to leave the airs in this game is to fix 5 generators, which is like, look at me. I look like
Yeah, I'm not a mechanic, bro. Listen, college dropout.
You stupid.
I don't know shit about generators enough to fix 5 of them. One of them, I might be able to wing it and maybe sort of kind of get it working. Maybe that's on a very lucky day. But 5, hell no, I ain't surviving.
I could do a lot of things. Swing a baseball bat, maybe run a deli, but fix a generator? Come on, y'all. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is looking like a loss. And I know once the other 3 people I'm with get murked, there's a little hatch that opens up that you could escape through, but that's only if you find it. And I never did. Even in my most consistent era of playing this game, which was, I don't know, 2018, I would never find a hatch. So I'm not banking on that. I'm sorry. This was a loss, y'all. Don't get it twisted, though. I ain't saying I'm losing to all the killers. Now when there's people like Chucky and Ghostface running around, you know they're getting whooped. But a majority
bro.
of them, yeah, I won't lie, they got it.
Dropkick the fuck out of Chucky doll, bro. What are we talking about?
I'm not gonna lie, this may sound crazy, but this might be my favorite horror game ever. So be prepared for the yap. Until Dawn is a decision-based horror game where we follow this group of teens or young adults who are staying at a ski lodge.
It is a very, very great game, bro. I've played it. Great game. Loved it.
Pretty dope trip. I gotta do it one day. But after playing a bit of a bad prank on one of their friends, it kinda sorta maybe leads to her and her sister's death. Yep. Bodies never found. But it's not over.
As a matter of fact, he'll probably gonna get into it. I was about to give y'all a little bit of lore about that, but yeah, it didn't lead to both of their deaths, but he's probably gonna get into that. I'm gonna let him talk. If not, then I'll give y'all a little bit of the one.
Because after these tragic losses, they get the bright idea to come back again the next year. Yeah, 2 of their closest friends die because of them, and instead of calling it quits, they're like, so we bringing Uno next time?
Same time next year.
But this time when they returned to the lodge, stuff was different. Because this time there was not 1, not 2, but 3 potential killers after them. Who are they and why are they doing it? I'll get to that in a second. and with no power in the crib or service on their phones, they have to try and survive until dawn. So yeah, this won't be easy, but I always find a way. Before I even get to my strategies though, and yes, strategies, because I have multiple, I gotta make a few things clear when it comes to what we're facing in this game. Because when I said we're going up against 3 potential killers, I kinda lied, Because in the game, 2 of the killers ain't even like really killers. They're more like misunderstood. One is Josh, who's the brother of the sister that died because of the prank. And to me, if he actually did want to murk the whole cast, except Sam and Chris, I understand. You think you're just gonna indirectly kill my sisters and it's gonna be peaches and roses? Nah. Still, yeah, I wouldn't want him to, but I'd understand. Sorta, instead, though, he takes on this Fugazi Jigsaw personality to prank them back. And the other is the flamethrower guy, who is not very well kept, but he's not a bad guy. As a matter of fact, he's actually trying to take out the real problem in this game, the Wendigo. A skinny, ugly, bald monstrosity. Hella strong, hella durable, hella fast, can imitate people's voices, and its only weakness is fire. This thing is a problem. And while you may be thinking, well, on the bright side, you only gotta worry about the one Wendigo, right? There are 14 of these things. Not just all roaming around. I don't want to make it seem that crazy. But if I made the wrong choices and ran into the wrong building, I could run into them. So yeah, this just went from difficult to extremely difficult. But
the hell is going on with me, bro?
Not to brag, but I'ma brag. I got the good ending on my first run of the game. Yeah. I did abandon Emily in those mines though. Point is though, I got this. All right, so we already know that in the game, I'm gonna have to deal with at least one of these lanky dudes. But TBH, I'm not even thinking about that. Cause part of my first strategy is realizing all this stuff only started happening after that dang prank. If you ain't know, all this stuff only happened because the main cast of the game pretty much pranked her friend Hannah by convincing her that the guy she wanted, Mike, was down to get down, if you get what I'm saying.
Crazy.
But when she got in the room and found out it was a setup, she ran out the lodge, leading to her sister running after her and both of them, dying. And this junk pisses...
False, but continue.
Pisses me off to this day, cause bro, talk about over dramatic. I understand they pranked you, you were humiliated, you were embarrassed, but running out into the snowy woods with no coat during a blizzard? What you think, you in a movie?
Oh, here he goes blaming the victim.
Is Hannah really that innocent though? Really? I'm not saying what happened to her was deserved, I'm not saying that. But that guy she liked wasn't like some rando or something. It was one of her best friend's boyfriend. And I can only speak for guys. I don't know if ladies got something like this. Y'all can let me know if y'all do. But guys have a rule for these situations. And it goes something like this. You don't do that. So honestly, a prank is...
I would say yes. But there has been some times, bro, like within my friend group that we took turns on different... Good God. There's been times, bro. We were in school. We were young and dumb, bro. Leave it alone, bro. Leave it alone. But yeah, there's been times where I would date a chick. Me and that chick would break up. She'd end up with one of my homies. It was a thing. It was a whole thing. Like me personally, I'd never take none of my brothers, none of my guy friends. I'd never touch none of their sloppy seconds, bro. What the fuck do I look like? Hell no. That's not my body. But hey man, look, if you wanna, you know what I mean, with something that I used to fuck with, I don't care. Y'all are two consenting adults or consenting young adults at that point in time. But I don't care. That don't got nothing to do with me. I'm just going about my business. You feel me? But I don't do it. I think it's gross. There's no way I can look at any of my dudes' exes that they've been with for any substantial amount of time and not see my friend's face, bro. That scares me. That just can't do it. Cannot do it. I don't care how good of a body she might have or how great of a personality she might have. She'll always look like my friend, and I don't like that because I am not gay.
Calm compared to what I've seen other people get for doing the same thing. But I will say, where they dragged it was the whole recording. It's like, mother, is that a selfie stick? The point is, all this happens because these dudes wanted to prank her and record her. Whether Hannah was being over dramatic or was innocent or whatever, doesn't matter in this situation. Because if I was in the game, this wouldn't happen at all. And that's my first strategy. If I was in the game, I would have caught off the prank. Put the selfie stick down, Matt. All of this could have been prevented if they just had a simple conversation. And the funny part is, the girl who orchestrated this prank wasn't even the girl that was dating Mike. It wasn't Emily, it was Jessica, the girl who ends up taking Mike from Emily later. So what was the point in all this? That's like me snitching on you because you attempted to go rob a bank.
Alright, so I know y'all are probably wondering, like, what the heck was the rest of the video? But look. Hold on, bro. What had happened was, while I was recording, I may or may not have ran out of storage. So my recording kind of the recording kind of cut, bro. All right, and I didn't realize until I damn near finished the video. And bro, when I tell you, I was pissed, and I was so not about to go back through and record just that little bit. So yeah. This is the end of the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it, man. I know there's not a proper outro, whatever the case is, but yeah, I was contemplating not even posting this because of what had happened. It kind of pissed me off, but we're here, man. So yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all whenever, bro. Peace.